I noticed when I had cut all the rear stuff out of this car when I was doing the suspension, I got a little spark burning going on the windshield. So before I get that any worse, we're gonna duct tape and cardboard that up. They sell like a splatter guard. It's $100 and some odd bucks a roll. We ain't paying for that. So this should work for what I'm doing. Look how freaking cool it's looking. Can't tell me that ain't looking badass in there now. Enough about that. The problem I'm facing is the back of the car doesn't match the front of the car now, so we gotta make everything jive. Because that's the way my brain works. Things have to jive. If it doesn't jive, I'm not happy. And today we're gonna try and make a dash system work. Not exactly sure how it's all gonna pan out, but we're gonna just start and just see what we end up with at the end. That's all there is to it. I don't know. I do have the stock dash. While I do have the stock dash. While I do have the stock dash. 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 Hey, you wanna know how amateur of a guy I am with this recording and editing stuff? I've been fighting my camera. It's a GoPro 11, nothing fancy. Shutting off constantly. Stop recording constantly. I learned my voice commands are on, so every time I said stock dash, it thought I said stop recording. I couldn't get more than 3 seconds into the clip and it would just shut off every freaking time and I couldn't figure it out. And then it was like, light bulb. Huh, you learn something new every day. So we turned those things off. To hell with that. Anywho, I do have the stock dash for, stay on. Yes, I do have the stock dash for this car. It's not currently in the car. I never had it back in the car after I built the car. But it always felt like it needed something. At first, I really liked this, but after driving it for a while, I've learned I want some different options. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if we can't at least start making a dash for this. Whether we get it finished in this video or not, I don't know. But we're gonna start. We're gonna take rebar ideas from the hood, bead rolling from the back, and we're gonna blend it all into one piece here that goes on the dash. And we're probably gonna try and make it removable. Just looking at my shifter, that's clearly gonna be in the way now. So that'll have to change. And I still wanna be able to make sure I can access all my powerstroke wiring harness. It looks like a mess, but it's sort of organized. It's just out of a loom, you know? It's whatever, it's fine. Well, I got the bulk of the framework figured out. It's just tacked in a couple spots, so I'm gonna make some mounting tabs up. I just went to the hardware store, got some flat bar wherever I put that, and I'm just gonna, just put tabs and bolts in a couple random locations, just so it can be completely removable, so I can get my transmission out if I ever have to. And I probably will have to at some point. So if I've done this right, or good enough, we should be able to remove all these Cleco clips, if that's what they're called, clips, retainers, they're probably retainers. And this dash should come out as one piece and hold its shape. I got all kinds of, it's all together now. The framework is essentially done, I think. There's one. There's two. I hope this works. Well, that one came right out. Oh. Check that out. We have a dash frame. That's pretty freaking cool. I mean, it's not done yet, but it's a start. It's a hell of a good start. I think what we should do, get all the mounting holes squared away so we can get bolts in. That'll help lock everything in. With any luck, this will bolt right in without any adjustments. Yep. Not likely, probably. I did oversize the holes on the dash side just to allow for a little wiggle room if we got to adjust. Probably should have brought some bolts with me. All right, let's hope for the best, Simon. Hope for the best. You got this. You did this right. Oh, ow. It's literally the first time you're bolting this in. You're gonna learn a little thing. Like, why doesn't that one bolt in? Ow, Jesus. We're not off to a great start, people. All right. There's one. Now, as long as all the rest of them line up, we're golden. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that one, but I think it started. We'll just assume it did. Yep. We're not going to investigate it any more than that. Nope. Oh, why does that one not look right? It's like the threads are here, the hole's here. It's just not jiving. Well, this one bolts right in perfect. So we may need to open that one up a little bit more. We'll see if we can make it work though. Well, that one went in and that one came out. What do you do wrong all the time, Simon? There we go. Well, that's a win. It's bolted in, it's secure-ish. I mean, I don't know that it needs to sustain the weight of me on top of it or anything. But I mean, you can pull on it and it ain't really going anywhere. And once you get some other sheet metal and stuff in there, that'll stiffen up even more, I think. And it's completely 100% removable. Yes! Let's get some templates cut up. And then we'll start cutting some sheet metal. We got to do some bead rolling. We just got to like design the rest of it now. It's looking like something though. I'm getting pretty excited about it. Oh yeah, I still got to do something with that shifter. Forgot about the shifter. What are we going to do with that? This is how the project snowballed, because now I got this. I got to do something with the shifter. Where am I going to put the shifter? Probably in here. So this is all going to change too. So, yep, it's fine. I got it under control and it's good. I like it. Again, I have to give a huge thanks to DX Customs Travis North for letting me borrow your bead roller. This thing has opened my eyes and opened a door to a whole world of possibilities that I never knew I was capable of achieving. I'm not saying I'm the best bead roller car fab guy in the world, but I like what I'm doing. I do wish, however, you could have made this thing, I don't know, 50 pounds lighter. Oh my God. One thing I ran into doing that other piece is it was flexing, warping, disshaping, unshaping, changing shape, whatever it was doing as you shrink that metal because you're putting creases in it. I think shrink is the right word. It was just making it really difficult to feed through here. This piece is even smaller, so I'm gonna leave it on a bigger piece of metal. We'll bead roll where we need to bead roll, and then we'll come back and cut it out. And I'm hoping that'll alleviate some of the issues I was dealing with in the last piece I was rolling. I'm not a pro at this, so we just make it work. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, back to the drawing board. I think it helped. Whether it actually did or not, who really knows? but it seems like it is. It seems like it did. So now I can go cut my shape out and it's ready to rock and roll. Here I thought I was doing a really good job and got it all marked out correctly and the right layout and everything, and it wasn't. It was wrong. It was all wrong. It was actually completely 180 degrees backwards. This is supposed to be the back according to my pattern. I don't know how I screwed that up. I think I can make it work. We're gonna try and make it work. Let's put it that way. I rested it back up there, and I think if I cut some new lines, we can cheat it a little bit and it'll be okay. Just, I tried so hard not to screw it up and I still screwed it up. It's very disappointing. But we're gonna keep pushing forward and keep going. Problem, meet solution. You will work. If you ever see this car in person, you'll notice where it doesn't quite exactly fit perfect. And you'll know why. And then this will go here. You know, it's like high class almost. Hell yeah. Starting to look like something now. This thing is going to be a whole new interior this year. So I don't usually try and teach anybody anything on my channel here, but I learned some things and I am not afraid to share that with you. This panel, I left oversized. I really kind of wish I had left it oversized on this side too. Maybe next time I will. It really helped with feeding this through. It got through before it didn't catch on anything. Like this is all wavy here because that's where the bead roll is. If I had have left it flat like it is here on this side, it would have fed through that roller even easier. But we made it work. The other thing I did is I did this one in 3 passes where the other ones I'd been doing in 2 passes. And though it did still deform, it's not near as bad as it was. So I took an extra step in there and didn't go so deep so fast. We just slowed it down a little bit. Not really my thing, but it worked. I think it looks good. We'll see what it looks like in the dash. Let's just go put it in. on these plates that'll go on top of the dash. Hopefully I can do this without screwing it up too bad. And hopefully when we put her in, it all looks nice and symmetrical and not all jankety and garbagey. But we're gonna roll them and see what they turn out like. Just a simple 3-line bead. Should be pretty easy. I better not speak too soon. Really try not to do crooked lines, but I always seem to get little crooks in them. It's whatever, we're gonna rock it. It's not the end of the world, it's just not perfect. Which is perfect for me. It's gonna be okay. Turned out way better than I was expecting. I only did 1 roll pass on these. I didn't want them too far out there. I wanted them a little more subtle. Maybe it's not subtle, I don't know. I just didn't want them as deep. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. It's all in what you want. And that's what I wanted. So that's what we did. Now we're gonna tack her together and see how she looks. This thing is turning out so sweet. And I struggled the first day. When I first started building this, the framework, you saw me in there, it took me all day to get part of the framework done because I just couldn't quite see it in my head. And now I see it. The vision is taking place. It's all coming together. It's not perfect, as I've said, but who cares, right? It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna put expanded steel in here, I think. Well, we're gonna cut some expanded steel, set it in here and see what we think. Trying to give it just a little more style. I thought I could backlight it even maybe. I don't know. Well, what do we think of that? There's all kinds of things going on in this dash now. That expanded steel gives it a little more character. It just kind of breaks everything up a little bit. I could have absolutely just put a piece of sheet metal in there in that triangle shape and it would have been fine and nobody would have cared. Hell, I probably would have been happy with it. But I did this anyways. So I dropped it underneath. I think it looks pretty good actually. It gives it some definition and some character and really changes things up a little bit.
In the meantime.
So what happened is, to get that new dash in that I made, the shifter has to go. So we try and get that out. We can't get that out because when I built it, I didn't think about this as a problem, but I just kind of welded a piece of flat steel onto the side of this horse hanes. That's a horse hanes if you didn't know that. And then I just put it all together and put it in and welded it up. That makes it tough to get the rest of the shifter through here when you do it that way, because you didn't leave yourself any extra space for the width of everything. This would be handy to have somebody here. I left the bolts laying right here on the floor. How frickin' perfect. That's better. Oh, that just jammed up instantly. Not sure what's going on there. Where do you think I left the bolts on this side? Oh, there's one. I got this. No sweat. Definitely a little harder to find the holes with all the metal in the way. Nothing ever seems to line up more than once. Those two definitely do not want to line up. Why? Why do they not? I I'm confused. Maybe it was all the beating on it and welding I did. It's coming back out. We're gonna fix this now. No, stop! Oh, things are going bad. Really bad. Well, I guess we're redoing this now. Damn it! Keep it together, Simon. Come on. Is this the correct way to fix this problem? Oh, most definitely probably not. Is it gonna fix the problem? I sure hope so. Alrighty, let's try this again. See if we have any luck. Whoa. Oh no, stop. That one's promising. That one's perfect. Just the one. Now it went in. Wrong way. That's reverse. Oh, hell yeah. As far as the dash goes, I think that's about it. We're gonna paint it, probably, most likely, make it look aged a little bit, not just straight up bare metal. But we got to do that with everything else in the interior, so we might as well just get it all done at the same time. We still got to make door panels yet, so we're not there yet, but we're getting closer. I am pretty happy with how that turned out, though. That looks freaking crazy. I mean, I think it does anyways. Here's the outside perspective, looking into the car. In all honesty, for my first time ever making any kind of dash, I think it turned out pretty freaking rad. We learned a few things along the way, like I always seem to do. You just gotta let things happen. Just start the build and the process and let it evolve to what it's gonna be. Sweet! As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like. If you got any ideas or comments or suggestions of what I could do better next time, because there's most likely gonna be a next time, I always read and take those to heart. Let me know down in the old comment section down there. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I got a mess to clean up now. We gotta clean this mess up so we can start making a new mess on a different part of the project. It's over the top.